Hey, Nessa. I'm actually really excited to do this cameo. I think this is the most excited I've been in a long time. I like rhetoricals or situational questions. I ask them all the time with people I enjoy, people I love, just to see how their personality sparks and how they are. I'm going to go in depth on each of these questions. Some of them are circumstantial, depending on the rules, but most of them I have pretty clear-cut answers. Okay, so fight a room full of angry squirrels armed with tiny swords, or debate philosophy with a flock of sarcastic parrots. If I'm being completely honest, I want to see how I would do fighting a room of angry squirrels with swords for arms. I feel like debating philosophy with a flock of sarcastic parrots would be a living hell for me. First of all, I don't think they would be intelligent, and I feel like I would just be in an echo chamber of terrible misery, and there wouldn't be any excitement, and I don't really know a lot of philosophy. I should, and I'll work on that, but philosophy kind of bores me sometimes. Sometimes it's beautiful, and I love thinking about new things and new ideas. But if I'm being honest, I want to see if I have what it takes to take down those squirrels. I think it's like, let's say there's 50 of them. If I wore hard shoes, it'd be easy. But if I was barefoot, it would be extremely difficult, if I'm being honest. I wouldn't be able to stomp because, their tiny swords would go right through my feet. I wouldn't be able to kick. And I feel like that's like I'm kind of an ostrich. If I have a snake underneath me, I'll stomp. But if I don't have any shoes on, it makes it really difficult. Not gonna lie. If I don't have shoes on, I think I'd probably go with the parrots because I probably wouldn't survive. But if I had like steel-toed boots on, oh, definitely the squirrels. I'd just be kicking, swatting, just taking down squirrels left and right. Now, if I was nude, I definitely would go with the parrots. If I'm being completely honest, I'd much rather not die. I'd probably bleed out. This is my favorite question. Being able to teleport anywhere but always arrive naked, or turn invisible when no one's looking. Now, if I were to turn invisible when no one's looking, I feel like that would have no benefit, right? In my personal opinion, that would be kind of silly. I mean, I feel like it would only do well for film, because technically no one would be physically looking at the moment, and I'd be able to, what's up, Charlie? This is my cat, Charlie. I'd be able to, maybe do some cool film stuff, but other than that, it's a completely useless skill. Now, I love to travel. So as long as I know where I'm going and I know where I'm teleporting, I can order and or have clothes in that place and be comfortable with that person. I don't mind being naked. And then I just teleport everywhere rather than flying. It'd be the greatest superpower of all time. I wouldn't care. I'd just be like, hey, I'm going to show up naked in 5 minutes. Have my sweatshirt and my sweatpants ready for me. I think that would be awesome. Have your laugh sound like a dolphin mating call, or your sneezes launch confetti everywhere? See, fun fact about me is I sneeze not just once. Typically I sneeze about 5 or 6 times in a sitting. So I would be annoying. Like, people would hate me. I'd be in class or I'd be at lunch or whatever, and I would just ruin everyone's day, and custodians would hate me. And I just would not have a good time. I really wouldn't. Now, my laugh being a dolphin, honestly, I don't thoroughly enjoy my laugh right now. And I feel like that'd be a really cool party trick if I could laugh like a dolphin. I'm probably gonna have to go with that. Sweat profusely whenever you're attracted to someone, or hiccup uncontrollably every time you lie. Now, I'm gonna look at this in a different light. I find a lot of people attractive. So I think that sweating profusely would be a terrible thing, because I'd just be sweating all the time. I think I'd probably have to go hiccup uncontrollably every time you lie, just so that I can be a human lie detector. Like, I could just say, crazy facts that I would want to, triple fact check, or, just say anything I need to know that's true. And I would just start hiccuping and I'd know. It'd be perfect. I would figure out, what's true and what's false anywhere, anytime. It'd be perfect. I would definitely go with the uncontrollable hiccups. Wake up each morning as a random historical figure for the day, or have dreams that predict the stock market, but in riddles sung by the cartoon characters. This one's also, I love this question. If I'm being completely honest, waking up as someone new every day would be super difficult unless I had their memories and I knew everything about them. Just because, you know, if I wake up as Abe Lincoln on the day he gets shot, like I don't really feel like getting assassinated and sitting in bed for, 8 hours for the day, or being someone terrible and then I have to do terrible things all day. I don't think I would enjoy that. I think that I would have to go with the predict the stock market because first of all, I like to trade now and I'm pretty big into investing and I love riddles, because typically they're really difficult for me and it makes me think about them all day and it always makes me think outside of the box. And I love that about riddles. My brother used to give them to me all the time. I would eventually figure them out. I'd ask for hints every once in a while, but honestly, I'd stew on it for like a week or two, and I'd eventually be able to figure it out. I love riddles. I love the stock market, so I'm gonna have to go with predict the stock market. I just wanted to say I really appreciate you doing cameos with me. It's really not about the money. It's about just interacting with you guys and just kind of getting myself out there. I appreciate you putting the time and effort, talking to me, and having fun things for me to do and being supportive. I really appreciate all that you do and all of our friend group does, and I really enjoy interacting with you. And I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. And I hope you take care of yourself, and I hope you keep chatting. And I really love this cameo. I'm not gonna lie, I've been thinking about these questions for the last 2 days now. And I just want to say I appreciate the time and effort that you put in having these be so fun for me. And Charlie says bye too. Say bye. He's purring like an engine. We out. Bye, Nessa.